Welcome to the Mystic Media channel. I'm your host, Rabina Raktaban, aka the Realist Astrologer. And here is another edition of Intimate Interviews. I have my special guest here, Michelle, aka SkinDeep. And Michelle is very talented. She is a massage therapist, a nail technician, a facialist. She is also a singer, songwriter. She's a rapper and a dancer. So she is multi-talented. I'm not surprised because she's a Virgo. So a lot of Virgos are multi-talented. It's that mutability of the sign. And also, if you can see a little resemblance, Michelle looks very much like Jada Pinkett Smith. But I told her I feel like she's a better looking version than Jada Pinkett Smith, especially nowadays because Jada looks kind of hard in the face. But yes, Michelle, why don't you introduce yourself? Just tell a little bit about yourself and all that.
Well, my name is Michelle, aka SkinDeep. I'm a massage therapist, esthetician, nail technician by day. So I'm providing a lot of healing vibes, a lot of relaxation, and just rejuvenation of body, mind, and spirit to plenty of people that I come across during the day. And then outside of my daytime work, I'm an artist. I love to songwrite. I mean, it just comes very naturally and easily for me. And I love to dance. I've been dancing since I was a kid. So I'm a professional healer by day and an artist by night.
I love it. Love it. And both of those influences come from Neptune. I didn't get a chance to look at where Neptune is in your chart. How well do you know your chart?
I don't know my chart very well, but I've always been pretty curious.
Okay, I just gotta take a peek and see where your Neptune's at. Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I get hyped because I'm looking because I noticed some good things in your chart. So there it is. You got Mars, trine Neptune. So your Mars is in Virgo, trine Neptune in Capricorn. That's good for being a professional healer, but it's also good for being an artist. So it's like that aspect alone says a lot about you being multi-talented, multifaceted, all that good stuff. So that's pretty dope.
Right.
And I love your name. I love SkinDeep. How did you come up with that name?
Well, I used to have a different artist name, actually. I used to go by the name 100 Proof or Michelle 100 Proof.
Okay.
Because I have like, as an artist, I have like this rugged roughness, but like sexiness to me, right? So I was like, yeah. But then during that time when I was really trying to get out there and just locally network with people, I kind of got discouraged. So I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm done, and I kind of just retreated within myself. And then a few years ago, I was like, you know what? I think I have a better chance this time around. So I'm just going to just come back with it, just go completely independent and come up with a different name. And because I'm in the field of beauty and I pride myself on being a very deep person, and beauty is skin deep. So it's not just about what you see. It's I want you to see what is within my soul. I'm a very deep person. Don't take my beauty for anything. Just take my realness, take my deepness. So that's how I came up with SkinDeep.
Nice. Now it's funny how you talk about you being deep and the realness and the deepness, because that's your self known as Scorpio. So I don't know if you believe in past lives or not, but you're coming from a past life of being a very deep, intense individual. So that's where that deepness comes from. So that's pretty dope. So, and just by, the brief time that I've spoken to you, I could tell you handle that Scorpio South Node pretty well, because that's one of the hardest South Nodes, in my opinion, to deal with, because it could bring a lot of situations in your life that are beyond your control. But that South Node in Scorpio for you, that definitely comes in handy with massage therapy in particular. Now, let me see what else I was going to ask you. Now, what are some of the challenges you face as a massage therapist? And if you have any crazy stories, I would love to hear. I'm sure my viewers would like to hear them too.
Some of the challenges that I face is that a lot of people, I'm 33 years old, so when people see me, they think I'm like this little kid.
Mhm.
So, I get the looks like, oh, this little kid is not about to, especially I'm also very small. I'm 4'11" and I'm
Oh,
very petite.
wow. Yeah, you're
I'm like,
tiny.
yeah, I'm very tiny. So when I get bigger people or just, more stronger build, I get the looks like, who is this little kid? Where'd they get this little kid from? Is she even old enough to work? So I get those challenges, and sometimes I do get like, I feel like some of my customers or people that I just come across with, they just kind of don't know how to take me at first.
Mhm.
But then, like, once I really work on them, it's like, wow, that was the best massage ever. And sometimes I'm actually able to really pick up on some things, like if they're stressing about something or if they're holding a lot of energy um, in their diaphragm. I can kind of pick up with some people some things that are going on, and I'll tell them, hey,
Mhm.
I felt like, I'm sensing this or that, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Um, so it's basically me looking like a kid, and then my size is pretty much the challenges that I face. But as far as crazy stories, um, nothing too crazy thus far. But nothing surprises me. I'm pretty easygoing, so I'm just like, look, I take things for what they are, and then I just work with it. But I mean, sometimes I get people that are just like, it's like, why are you even coming to try to get a massage when you're such in a bad mood? You're in
Oh,
such a
wow.
bad mood. So why can't you just can't even seem to relax.
Right.
So I mean, so far that's like what I've experienced with that, but nothing off the top.
Okay. Now, one thing I've always wondered about with massage therapists, I've had a few professional massages. One thing I've always wondered is the communication piece. So, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of communicate, because I've had massage therapists that were like, silent basically, and I've had the chatty
Mm-hmm.
Cathy one. So, where do
Mm-hmm.
you stand in terms of communicating with your clients while you're massaging them?
I have to, I'm definitely not a chatty patty type of person. I'm very quiet. I will speak when spoken to.
Okay.
Um, if someone wants to talk, then I let them talk because it's a form of release.
Mhm.
And it's actually pretty good to, for the client to do that. But for me, I've seen and heard other therapists that have just kept initiating contact, not contact, but initiating conversation. And it's like, shut up already, like, people they don't want if they want that, they'll be the ones to initiate conversation. But
Mhm.
me, I'm more quiet. I go with the flow. I go with the vibe. If they want to talk, I'll kind of, I'll go back and forth, but I won't be the one to initiate conversation.
Okay. Now, when did
Other
you?
than how is my mhm,
Oh, other than what?
sorry. Other than how is the pressure? Are you
Okay.
comfortable? That, yeah.
Now, do you do like what type of massages do you do? Because I know they got like deep tissue, that Swedish. Like, what do you specialize in?
Um, Well, Swedish, deep tissue, um, a little bit of shiatsu, which is
Mhm.
like a form of Japanese modality. It's dealing with energy work. I love acupressure. That is my thing, which is not acupuncture, but it's just basically just balancing out the different meridians of the body, just
Mhm.
like energy work. Holding certain pressure points within the body. We have so many. Um, but what my favorite one to do is cranial sacral, and that's dealing with the head, and it's dealing with the back of the brain. It's dealing with
Okay.
the cerebral spinal fluid. So you can actually give your regenerate your cerebral spinal fluid so that it's kind of like it has a detox. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't realize that there's some people out there that they have so much tension in the back of their brain.
Mhm.
it's it's crazy.
Wow.
People need that. Everybody needs that. Even children, everyone needs that release back there. We hold a lot. But
That's funny.
that's what I love to do. That's what I specialize. Yeah.
That's funny you mentioned that because I've noticed like the times when I'm like overworked, I'm really exhausted, I will get this pressure like in the back of my head, right where you say. So I guess I
Mm-hmm.
could really use one of those. You said cranial sacral massages? Oh yeah,
Cranial cranial sacral therapy.
sacral.
Yes.
Wow, I would need
Yes.
something like that. Now is that common in massage therapy?
Not really. I find that a lot of people don't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
There are therapists that only specialize in that.
Okay.
But you're not going to be able to go into like a massage envy or um certain spas, certain high-end spas, you may or may not find it on the menu, but like you would probably have to go to like someone who really specializes in that only, or like a
Okay.
holistic center.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask
Yeah,
you
that would be
kind
good
of.
for you.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a kind of. Well, this may not be a tough question, but we'll see. So you
Okay.
do the massage therapy, nail technician, and esthetician, right? If you had
Yes.
to only do one of those three, which one would you pick?
Mm, probably massage.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. I love to make people feel good. Like I love the fact that I love to transform people. Like I love that I can bring someone into a room to do their massage, and maybe they are in a bad mood, or they're sad, or they're not feeling good, but by the time I'm done working on them, they're like, "Wow, I feel like a completely different person." For me, that's very rewarding. I can get that with facials because I've seen some women, I've brought some women into the treatment room, and they're like, I'm just like, I can just feel the heaviness of the energy in their pores. I can
Wow.
feel it because I'm seeing it. I
Yeah.
can see by the large pores, or the really dry skin that they're dehydrated with, or the just the toxins in their body with the acneic skin. I can see all that, but then by the time I'm done working on their face, it's like a brand new face.
Wow.
So that's very rewarding for me. But massage would have to be my number one.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend too much more time on uh the beauty part or the healing part, but oh man, I'm trying to I hope I didn't lose my thought. There was a question I was going to ask you about um the skin. Oh man, I think
Hmm.
I lost my train of thought. But if I happen to remember, I'll ask you. But it was something that dealt with the skin. Oh, that's what it was. Not I don't mean to scare you. Chemical pills. Do you do those?
Yes.
Okay.
Um. Yes, I do.
Okay. Because I seen some videos about them, and I was just like,
Hmm.
wow, like seeing the after effects where the skin is all peeling and stuff. But the women in the video, they said it worked. So I was thinking that I could be a candidate for a chemical pill because I got some skin problems myself. So yeah. But have you ever
If
had
you
a
do
chemical pill?
that, a gentle one. A
Okay.
gentle one, not like the ones where you're looking like Freddy Krueger for 7 days. Yeah. Yeah.
What were you gonna ask me?
If you do decide to do try to pursue getting a chemical peel, just make sure you go to someone that's highly recommended,
Okay.
because you don't want someone to do the wrong thing or leave it on too long, and then you know we don't want that.
Right. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
my face be all burnt.
We don't we don't we don't got time for that. We don't got
Right?
time for that.
I got videos to make. Shoot. Yeah, can you imagine me being on
Exactly.
YouTube? I'm all peeling this stuff. All right. Now let me see. What's the next question? All right. Here's kind of like a goofy question. So,
Okay.
oh, first of all, are you married?
Um, no, I'm not married, but I am in a relationship.
Okay, so pretend like you're not in one for a minute. So let's say you're going out
Okay.
on a date, first date. I'm asking you this because you're a nail technician. If a guy had like dirty fingernails, would that be a deal breaker for you? And I'm not saying
Absolutely.
he's not a blue
Absolutely.
collar worker, so it's not like he was working on a car and that's why. So yeah, is that a deal breaker?
That's a massive deal breaker for me. Because if he can't keep his hands clean, that means he's skipping his teeth to brush. You know, like no, 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 no. I don't care how much money he's got. I don't care how fine he is. I don't care how divine he is. No. If he can't keep his fingernails clean, oh God, no. Can't even get near me. Can't
Right.
even blink twice at me.
So what would be another deal breaker? You're out on a first date, let's say it's a blind date. What would a guy be able to do to, like, where you're like, I just can't do it?
Uh he would have to be doing something or certain
It could be something
characteristics
he's
about him.
wearing, the way he's dressed. It could be, he's belching at the table, stuff like that.
Well, I could deal with belching because I'd just be like, look, you gotta have manners. Now I know you were probably taught some manners. You can't do that. But because I'm very blunt when I'm ready to be. So
Hmm.
I don't have a problem speaking my mind, but I don't know, like I, if he had bad teeth, oh no. And hygiene. If he's got a bomb outfit on, but then the
Hmm.
shoes are killer, no. The
Okay.
shoes are just like he got them from Michael Jackson's Thriller music video with a
Yeah.
nice outfit on. No, no,
Yeah.
that would be a deal breaker for
I
me.
can't deal with bum ass shoes either. That's where I draw the line as
Yeah,
well. Yup. Now, what
yeah.
about hair? Let's say that, he was fine, all this type of stuff, but, he had this big old bald spot in his head and he wasn't trying to cut his hair either. Like, you know how some men will just go bald? I love a bald head man. Now, like, how would you feel? Would you be with a guy that had like a big old bald spot in the back of his head?
Oh, the one where they look like they're wearing the yarmulke in the center,
Yeah,
like that type of.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
no,
either
I
that
don't think
or
so.
the
No,
receding hairline, where it's like back here. But he's not going.
no, 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 not for me.
All right. Now, okay. What about men that have like not long nails, but you ever see men that got? I always say this. That's like that pimp look. Matter of fact, I got a male client and
The
he might watch this too, but
fingernail.
yes, I got a male client that got long nails like that. And I was like, why you got your nails like that? And he was like, because I like it. Like, I was like, I don't know. So how do you feel about guys that, got a little length to their nails?
Well, no, that wouldn't work for me. I'd have to be like, baby, I'm a nail tech. So today you're gonna have your very first manicure ever in life. You know? But no, I don't. I've always wondered, like, why do? Yeah, I've wondered the same thing. I don't understand men with those long nails or that one long pinky fingernail.
Well, back in the
What?
day, like in the
Yeah. Mm-mm.
70s, they used that for cocaine. Like they would just scoop up the coke and be like
Yeah.
that. And yeah,
Right.
but that's what I
Yeah.
think of when I see a dude with long nails now. Either that or he's a pimp.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I do always think when I do see that, which is not as common. I don't see it all the time anymore. But
Hmm.
yeah, when I see that, I do think, okay, yeah, he's probably a cokehead. Yeah.
Now, what about so-called metrosexual men? So like men that, they get facials, like say like he's coming to you for a facial and he wants to get his nails buffed and maybe even put a little clear nail polish, but he claims he's straight, but he spends more time in the mirror than you do. Could you deal with a man like that?
I could. I could.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I like them kind of pretty and fine.
Okay. Okay. So, is your man, is he the type that takes very good care of himself? Make sure he looks
Yeah.
all smooth and okay.
And he does take a long time in that bathroom. Sometimes I'm like, all right, let's go. It's time
Oh
to go
wow.
now. That enough is enough. Yeah.
What's his sign?
Sagittarian.
Hey, Sagittarius. That's a good man right there. He's a keeper, keep him. But yeah. So now, what are your songs about? So you said that you have 4 songs written. So what are they about?
Um, they're about real life things. Some of them don't are not from my life, but maybe from like just watching others, or like my first song that I wrote, it's called Pineapple Poom Poom. So that
Ooh,
one's kind of freaky.
I
Yes.
like
So
it.
it's about, that one's about like a woman that has the pineapple. She's got the pineapple poom poom, but she's got respect.
Mhm.
She's got good things going for herself, and that she's just so well put together from head to toe, inside and out, that whatever man she chooses will probably want to put a ring on it just because she's perfect in every way.
Mm,
So that's what Pineapple Poom Poom is about.
interesting.
But that one's a fun dancing. Yeah, that one's everyone likes that song, but it's pretty much to dance to.
Does that have
My
like a
second
dance
song,
hall beat? Like, will that have like
yes,
a?
it's an
Okay,
Afro beat.
okay,
Yes,
hey.
so the genre, I'm trying to create something new because people are like, "Well, what genre are you even in?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's called Afro hip hop." And they're like, "I never heard of that." I'm like, "I know, because I just created it, because
That's what's
I'm
up.
making it up."
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's your Mars try
Um.
Neptune. You creating your own genre of music. That's what that is. Hell yeah, I love it. What's the next
Yeah.
one?
My second song that I wrote, that one's called Hola Hola Oye, and that one is so there's just a little bit of Spanish words in there, but it's more, I'm rapping pretty much in English. But that one's like that one's pretty much about me, because the hook goes, when I walk down the street, everybody they see skin deep, and they say to me, Hola Hola Oye, Hola Hola Oye. That's pretty much like, when wherever I'm at, people are like, "Hey, what's skin deep?" People are always trying to talk to me or rap to me.
Uh-huh.
So that one's about me,
Okay.
and who I am as a person. Um, my third one I wrote, that one's called Pull Up, and I actually wrote that one about my man. I wrote that song for him.
Mhm.
That one's a love song, and it's just pretty much talking about, how much in love I am, and how he's got my back, and pretty much, it's just I'm in love. So that's what that song is about.
Okay.
And then my last one that I recently wrote it's called High Turnover Lover, and that's
Okay.
about a man that he just got high turnover love. He's a high turnover lover. Like every
Mm.
other day, he's got a different woman. He's making women fight, and he's telling lies. And the woman she just can't take it anymore.
Was there
So
inspiration for that one? Like, did you know a guy like that?
I did, but I wasn't. It's actually someone in my family,
Oh, okay.
that was like that. Someone very close to me in my family that I saw pretty much just always kind of like being very promiscuous and not respecting women, and just
Mhm.
taking a woman for granted. And so seeing that, when growing up, that always stuck with me. And finally, I was like, I'm gonna write about how there's just some men out there that I know
Mhm.
personally that they just don't have respect for women nor
Yep.
themselves.
Mhm. I
So
love the titles of your songs, especially Pineapple
thank
Poom
you.
Poom and Turnover. You said Turnover Man?
High turnover lover.
High turnover lover. Because, like, when you hear high turnover, like in terms of jobs, if a company has high
Yes.
turnover, that's not a company you want to work for. So, same with a dude. If a
Right.
dude got high turnover, that's not a dude you want to be with. Clever. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
let's see.
you.
Some more questions. So, who are some of your favorite rappers?
Woo! I've got so many.
All right, give me the top three.
Um, oh, from recent times, because I'm kind of like an old soul. I like the
Well,
old
all
school
time. Give
rappers.
me like your top
Okay.
three rappers of all time.
Um, Bahamadia. Do you remember Bahamadia?
Yes, Funk Five. Yes.
Yes. Yes, I
Yes.
love Bahamadia. I still listen to her music till this day. Um, Guru,
Okay.
Guru. Yes.
Rest in peace.
Oh, yes. Rest in peace. Um, oh, there's so many. Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Like I like a lot of old school rappers.
Right.
Those are the ones that set the foundation for me. When I was
Hmm.
growing up. So
You mentioned Guru, so I know you're up on Jazz Taz 1 and 2.
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh, I especially love Jazz Taz 2. Oh my God, that was
yes,
a masterpiece. It didn't get enough credit like it
yes.
should have. Oh my God. But yeah, all
I
you
don't think
young hip hop heads, y'all need to check out Jazz Taz Guru, period. Y'all don't know nothing about old school, like, tell them.
exactly.
Hmm. And then yeah,
Yep.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Man, brings back memories back in the day. All right, next question. So what? Okay, so you mentioned 3 males. What about your favorite female rapper?
Ooh,
Oh well, you
favorite
said
female
Bahamadia.
rapper.
I'm sorry. So you
Yes,
mentioned 2
yes.
males. So
Sorry.
Bahamadia is your favorite female rapper, right?
Yes, Missy
Okay.
Elliott. Missy Elliott. Oh man, what a
Mhm.
talent right there.
Yes, very talented.
Um, yes,
Mhm.
very, very creative with her words. Let me think of one more person that was such a strong. I can't think of another one right this minute, but it's definitely someone from back in the days. Now the rappers nowadays, I don't know. They're not putting any realness, any
Mhm.
real life
Yeah.
energy behind their words. So it's kind of hard for me to connect with that.
Yeah.
Um,
Know who was pretty tight, and I don't think she's very underrated. Lady of Rage.
yeah, she was good. Yeah, she was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was.
Yep.
Yeah, she was.
And then Queen Latifah's first album. I don't think that gets enough credit because if you ask me, and I consider myself to be a hip hop connoisseur, that first album, All Hail the Queen, was like a hip hop classic masterpiece. Like every track on that album is hitting. And I don't think she got enough
Yeah,
credit for it. Like Queen Latifah, like back in the day, she was up there with the
yeah,
males if
she
you
was.
ask me in terms of her skills.
Yeah,
Her and MC
she
Light.
was.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
you know who? I just thought of it. Soleil. Remember Soleil?
Speaking of Soleil, I just saw a video of hers yesterday. I don't know if you've seen it,
Her
but
latest
she's doing
one?
this Indian thing, like it's called
Yes, I
pranayama or
saw it.
something. Dope. I was
Yes,
like, go girl.
yes,
And it's such a positive
yes,
message. Yes. So
yes.
I guess that's
She
her
has
thing now.
she has that that ruggedness but sexiness to her,
Yeah.
especially in her it's like when she's rapping, it's like I could feel that in my chest with some of how she uh, pronounces some of her words and her lyrics.
Yes.
So she was really good. A
Yeah, I
favorite of
like
mine.
her flow. And her vibe. Yup. And you know
Yeah.
she's with Professor Griff now. I don't know if they're still together, but did
Yes.
you hear about that?
They're married.
They
They're
got
married.
married?
They
Oh,
got married.
wow. I didn't even know. Wow. Well, I hope it works out for them. All right. Now, what about your poetry? So, what are some of the subjects that you write about in terms of poetry?
My poetry tends to be a lot from a lot of like childhood experiences and what I was feeling and dealing with growing up. But also like a lot of just love, but in a very seductive way. Not
Okay.
like not like X-rated poetry, but more
Right.
like seductive poetry.
Got
Yeah.
you. All right. And if you could pick one of your poems that would be published, like you could have it published tomorrow in any magazine or publication of your choice, what poem would it be? What's the title?
Um, I have it in my head. Scorpio mixed with Cancer.
Nice. Here we go with the astrology. I was
Scorpio.
hoping because I was going to ask you that
Yeah.
too. Like, do you ever incorporate astrology in your writing? So there it is. You just answered my
Yeah.
question. So Scorpio mixed with
Yes.
Cancer. Is this about a
Yes.
man?
No, it's actually about me as a seductress, because sometimes I'll say I'm Virgo, but I'm Scorpio mixed with Cancer.
Mm-hmm. And you got that
And this is
Scorpio South Node. So yeah, that's
yes,
very much. Wait, let
yes.
me see if you got anything in Cancer. Hold on. Da, 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 da. So you don't have anything in Cancer, but Cancer is in your 10th house. Most of it's in your 10th house, and that could deal with what you really place a high importance upon. So that makes a lot of sense. Interesting. So that's the poem you would publish. And let me see.
Yes.
Now, what are some of your favorite songs to dance to?
I love dance hall music.
Okay.
I love dance hall.
So
I
you
like
can
music that
whine and
makes
all
me
that?
dance.
So you know how to
Yes, I know how to whine. I know how to shake my booty.
whine? Pop that coochie? All that
Yeah, a little bit of that.
stuff. Oh, know who I love? Patra. Oh my God.
Oh, yes.
Remember her? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of the pack.
Yes, Queen of the Pack. Now, how about this question? If you had to spend the entire year in a remote cabin and you could only bring two albums, two movies, and two books, what would they be?
Okay. Two albums. Oh, Timbaland and Magoo, Welcome to Our World. That was
Okay.
their very first album. That would be one.
Okay.
The second one would have to be George Clinton, The Parliament. I love funk music.
Interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I love it. I love a lot of old school, so it would have to be those two, because at least I'd have one to like just groove to, and then I'd have one to dance to.
Yeah.
Um,
And the Parliament, those songs be long, so that would get you through
yeah,
that long ass year. Hell yeah. Have you ever seen the documentary on Parliament Funkadelic? It's called One Nation Under a Groove.
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, check it out on YouTube. They got it on YouTube. It is a good documentary. They take it all the way from when they was like trying to be some like soul band in the 60s all the way till, they started getting all out there and stuff. Parliament Funkadelic, they just
Wow.
fascinate me about like I wish I was an adult back then because I definitely would have. And I always say if I had a choice between going to a P Funk concert or Earth, Wind and Fire, I'm going to P Funk because it seemed like they
Yeah,
had
yeah,
much more fun. Even though Earth, Wind and Fire
yeah.
is the shit, I'd rather go to a P Funk
Yes,
concert. What about
me
you?
too.
You too?
Yes, me too. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you some philosophical questions right now. So
Okay.
define evil.
Ooh, evil. Just uh uh not having a conscience, not jealousy, envy, just, making someone cry, hurting someone's feelings, um even lying,
Hmm.
even not telling the truth, to me
Hmm.
is evil. That's my
That's
definition.
that's interesting. You mentioned lying because I had this book by M. Scott Peck. He was a psychologist. He has this book called People of the Lie, and it's a book about evil people. And he does talk about that, like people that lie all the time. That's a form of evil. It's a low level form of evil, but it's evil nonetheless. Now, do you
Mhm.
feel that there's more evil in the world nowadays, or do you feel like it's always been this way? Like there's always been this evil, but maybe because now we got social media and all this stuff, we see it more. So what do you think?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I feel like the world is trying to balance itself almost, because it's seeming like I feel like no, I don't feel like I feel like it's not as evil as it used to be. I do feel like there's a lot of people in the world that are actually doing the right thing, whether they want to do the right thing or not. A lot of people are just, like I saw on the news this morning about Prada in trouble with doing some kind of blackface marketing, and there was a white woman who was like, I'm a white woman and I'm telling you that as a white woman that's not right, and I'm not even a black person, but I'm just saying it's just not right. So we're having a lot more of that in the world, I'm seeing, and that's actually maybe even thanks to social media. So yeah, I feel like I feel like the world is getting to be balanced. We're trying to balance the scales.
That's a nice perspective, because I would say probably when there's more evil, you're going to have to balance it with more compassion, more love, and all that stuff. Because I do strongly believe that I don't think evil can basically, win out at the end of the day. That there is going to have to be some balance. Now, define love.
Love is just, it's deep. It's fire. It feels like fire, but fire that doesn't hurt. It feels, let me see, love. It's just just intensity. It's intense. It makes you feel good no matter what. If you're mad, sad, happy, glad, it just makes you feel good. It doesn't hurt. Love does not hurt. That's love to me.
Okay. Nice. All right. So, if you were, well, no, let me ask you this first. Do you believe in God? And what is God to you if you do?
I believe in God. I believe in God Almighty. God to me is the Father of us all. God is our creator. God is, that's where we descend from. We descend from God, and that's the Father of us all.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question. Now, some people might think this is a blasphemous question, but, oh my God, somebody's knocking on my door. I don't know who that is, and I'm not answering it. Oh God. Like, I'm not expecting anybody, and I'm trying to do this interview. But can you still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So if you could talk to God and you had one question to ask him, what would be your question?
God, am I gonna be as famous as Beyonce?
Oh, I love it. I love it. So no deep questions, no, what's the meaning of life? None of that. Am I gonna be as famous as Beyonce? I love it. He'd probably be like, child, don't you have another question? All right, so let me see. That knock on the door totally threw me off. I don't know who the hell that was, but they better get away from here. Okay, let me see. What is your political affiliation?
I say Democrat, but honestly, I watch the politics going on, but I'm not so heavily opinionated about it.
Okay.
But I am affiliated with a Democrat more. I am Democrat, so.
Okay. Now
I vote as I rock the vote as a Democrat.
Okay. Now, next question. Let's say you were given a blank check and you could write any amount on that check, but the catch was whatever amount you write on the check, you have to spend within a year or you lose it all. So what amount would you write on that check, and what are some things you would do with that money?
Okay. I'd give myself $1 million. I would probably buy a really big house something that is probably just gonna last my children, my grandchildren, my, so forth and so on. Um, but I would do a lot of philanthropy work with
Mm,
that money. I
wow.
would do a lot of philanthropy work, but not just outside of America,
Mhm.
probably more here in America, because it would have to be something with children. Um, I would definitely spend a lot of the money giving back and helping children.
Nice.
Children, young mothers that are probably, expecting and don't even know, they don't have a clue because maybe they didn't come from the greatest household. So that's what I would do.
Wow. Now, most people I would think wouldn't even have that answer. Like they would be talking about, oh, I'd be getting 3 cars, I'd be getting this, I'd be getting that. So, wow, that's really admirable of you to say that. But again, you got that Mars trine Neptune. So you might actually do that, later on in life, like create some charitable programs, foundations, or whatever with that Mars trine Neptune. So that's pretty dope.
Hmm.
Now, what would be your ideal birthday celebration? So, your birthday's already passed, but let's say your birthday 2019. What would be, and it could be your man doing it for you or whatever, but what would be the ideal birthday celebration for you?
Um, Probably like at a poetry, jazz, open mic cafe location, with all of my friends and family there, and just good music, a good DJ, good vibes with like a talent showcase. I'd have it to where maybe like different people could sign up and just showcase their talent. It would have to be like full of music and arts, but then
Okay.
just like I want like a DJ just playing the best dance music so that we just all enjoy ourselves together.
That's my kind of party. So yeah. All
Yes.
right. Now let's see. Let's say, well, I'm gonna ask you this. So you said in the email that you sent me that you are stuck between worlds. You said you're stuck between two worlds, and you were
Yes.
basically referring to your healing practice or practices, and also
Yes.
the music, the dancing, all of that. Now, the stuck between two worlds that deals with your 11 birth number, and you also have your South Node and North Node at the 11th degree, Scorpio and Taurus, respectively. So that 11 is strong with you, and that can deal with being stuck between two worlds, having two loves. I always say that
Mm,
11 can manifest as love triangles, but in your case, it's a love triangle dealing with your profession, dealing with your talents, your
yes.
strengths, and all that. So I'm going to throw out a tough question. No, maybe it might not be tough for you. If you had to let one of those loves go, which one would it be? Or one of those worlds you had to say goodbye to?
Mm, mm, wow.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yep.
Because I love them so much.
Yep.
Um, I probably would let my healing, my massage therapy, and I probably would let that go for the music because
Okay.
I love music.
So music wins out. Interesting.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
God we don't have to just choose one vocation or just one talent, especially somebody that has mutable energy like you. So
Yeah.
thankfully you don't have to choose. Now, do you have any irrational fears or phobias?
Yes. Not so much now, but I did for a long time of actually crossing streets.
Hmm.
I used to have a really bad phobia of crossing the streets, kind of like I'd have to be looking over my shoulder to make sure like a car's not hitting me or something. But yeah, I used to have it. I still have it, but it used to be really bad years ago
Wow.
of crossing streets.
Do you know why? Like, did you see somebody get hit by a car when you were young or something?
Yeah, actually I do know why. When I was in middle school, was it middle school? Yeah, actually when I was in middle school, I used to walk to the bus stop by myself and come home by myself, from the bus stop. And I've always been such a very detailed and organized and responsible person, even as a young teenager, even as a child. And we had interim reports that we had to bring home and get signed by our parents. So I got mine signed, and I went to the bus stop and I completely forgot my interim report at home. So I panicked because I didn't want to not go to school and not have that signed interim report to give back to my teacher. So I ran all the way home. I got it. And as I was running back, I swear to God, I didn't see any cars coming by. And then it was just like a police car was like speeding through and it almost hit my arm. And I screamed and I turned and the cop actually stopped and he got out and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I kept running and I ran all the way back to the bus stop. So ever since then, I've had that phobia really badly.
Wow. See, now you want
Yeah.
to make me look at your chart again because I'm like, okay, what's in her chart that's making that? Wow. Now you do have that Scorpio. So, oh, I know what it is. Oh, wow. You got Saturn and Scorpio in your third house. That right there could deal with a fear of crossing the street because you know the threat. You know that you could die by being hit by a car. You might be dealing with some past life recall. So you might have been hit by a
Mm.
car in a past life. So you might, you were very close to getting hit again. Because what I found
Yeah.
is a lot of times we will repeat things that we've done in past lives, even repeat deaths. So you were able to
Mm.
avoid it, but then, it triggered that. I think it triggered that past life recall. Because I always say, like, phobias and stuff can deal with past life recall, things that happen in a past life. But wow, that's
Wow.
interesting. Now,
Mm.
so like I said before, y'all, Michelle, aka Skin Deep, has been told that she looks like Jada Pinkett a lot, and I agree. Like I said, I feel like she is a better version of Jada. Definitely more softer on the eyes. Now, if you were to meet Jada, what would you say to her?
Sis, don't you see all those many times I was trying to tag you on Instagram? People think I'm your twin. That's exactly
Wow.
what I would say. Walk
Y'all
up to her and
do.
be like,
Y'all look like
"Sis."
y'all could be twins. Yes. For real.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Now, again, that's that 11 because 11 can deal with mirror images. So like I told you in the email, I was like, oh, that's your birth number 11, but you also have 11 signature in your chart with your north and your south node, and that south node in Scorpio can deal with genetics. It can deal with regeneration. So maybe you and her share some like genetic bloodline that goes beyond your
Mm.
family tree in this current lifetime. So that
Wow.
could be, the two of you could have been sisters in a past life, perhaps, because I do even
Mm.
believe that sometimes looks can carry over into a new life. So that's
Mm.
really interesting. But yeah,
And
it's like, oh, go ahead.
sorry, I think her birthday is like a day before mine too. She's a Virgo as
She
well.
is a Virgo, and she's born on the 12th.
No, I think she was born on the 10th. I'm not
Oh,
100%. I'm not 100%.
matter of fact, I hope I don't mess up this video, but I gotta pull her chart right now. I want to see if y'all have any like planets on top of each other, because that's really telling. Only thing, I don't know what time she was born, so I won't be able to tell what's in her first house because that would deal with her physical appearance. But I have your birth time, so let me see. So she has, come on now. So her moon is at the 12th degree of Virgo. Well, I don't know if it's at the 12th degree of Virgo. Her Mercury is at 8 degrees Virgo, and your there it is. Y'all both have Mercury both at the 8th degree of Virgo. And
Wow.
she was born, let me see, she was born September 18th,
Oh,
1971.
18.
So she's at
Okay.
18, which means that she's much more on kind of like on the darker end than you are. But
Hmm.
yeah, you don't want to be at 18. But y'all Mercuries are at the same degree, both at the 8th degree. What else is going on in both of y'all charts? That's interesting. Um Sun at 24th degree, Pluto, South Node, Chiron. I'm gonna look at this more in depth later, but that's fascinating, very fascinating. Now, here I'm gonna draw out some questions. Well, they're not really questions; they're more so this or that, kind of like would you rather. So this hopefully it'll be a little fun to you, and I don't want you to think too hard about these choices. Try to say the first
Okay.
thing that comes to your mind. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So first one is hot dog or hamburger,
Hamburger.
chicken or fish,
Fish.
pink or purple,
Pink.
black or blue,
Blue.
Android or iPhone,
iPhone.
sweet or savory.
Sweet.
Okay. Scorpio or Gemini.
Oh, Scorpio. Forget about Gemini.
Okay,
Let
now
me.
I gotta ask you why. Wait, now I gotta ask you why. So why Scorpio over Gemini?
Woo, all of those Geminis are so intense. I clash with every single Gemini I've ever met. I just clash with them. Sorry, Geminis.
That's funny. Wow. All right, here's another one. Cancer or Libra?
Ooh. I'll have to go with the Cancer.
Okay, so why? Why Cancer over Libra?
Cancers are just so seductive. I find that they're very seductive. I find that they're very into music, which is
They
big.
are, yes.
They're awesome with music.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just so like, I'll tolerate their lies because I find that they like to lie a lot, you know. I'll tolerate their lies, but I love the seduction that cancers exude. And they're spiritual. They're really open to spirituality.
They are. Yep, and naturally psychic, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so just three more. Cash or card?
Cash, baby.
I
Dollar,
had a
dollar,
feeling. I had a feeling you would say cash. All right, cat or dog?
dog,
Okay, and then last one, sun or moon?
moon.
Okay. Now I'm curious as to why you said moon.
Very recently, I've learned how powerful the moon can be and how it actually affects everyone's lives. Like when it's full, when it's half, when it's waxing, waning, wow, however you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I recently learned the importance of the moon, and that the moon is actually a very we should be respecting the moon, because it's just powerful. I feel like it's actually almost more powerful than the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and there's just something so beautiful about the moon and the light that it just shines out when it's out, I don't know, there's something very mysterious about the moon, and I like that. That kind of like, it intrigues me.
Yeah. And the fact that the moon, has different phases and stuff, which definitely affects us. So
Yeah.
yeah. And doctors and nurses, they'll say that all the time. Oh yeah, during a full moon, we had, the hospital gets crazy. We get all these extra patients in. I've even heard, I read somewhere that some doctors don't even like to operate on a full moon because
Mm,
supposedly the person can bleed more.
wow.
Which is, yeah, that's interesting. So I don't know how many surgeons follow that, but I have
Mhm.
read that somewhere. Now, one thing I forgot to mention to you, the whole thing about Jada, your moon is in Leo, and the moon can deal with, so the moon is very much like your 11. So
Mhm.
11 is moon energy, Cancer energy. Now, your moon is in Leo, though, and that can deal with where you resemble a celebrity because Leo is a sign of
Mm.
celebrity, it's a sign of stars. So when I saw that your moon was in Leo, I was like, oh, there it is. And anybody that has like strong Leo energy, so you have your moon in Leo. Let me see what else you got in Leo. You got Venus in Leo, Moon in Leo. So
Wow.
anybody that has very strong Leo energy, they have a good chance of meeting famous people, celebrities, all of that at some point in their life. So have you met anybody famous before?
Yeah, actually I have. I've met I've met Shaba Ranks.
Hey,
And
Shaba.
it's yeah. um I've met a lot of like even up and coming like very popular local people. I'm trying to think of I met Ryan Leslie once.
Hmm.
And I have this thing too that I noticed about myself. It's like, well, not so much now, but back in the day I'd be like, oh man, I would love to meet, let's just use John B as an example. I'd love to meet him, or because I know before I met Shaba Ranks, I kept talking about him. So I talked about him so much that I actually met him like the next day.
Wow.
So that actually comes very easily for me to come across celebrities and things. And actually on social media, um, I've actually been lucky to kind of been able to mingle with some celebrities on like Instagram. Like, do you remember the rapper Positive K?
Yes, I got a
He
man.
follows me. He follows
He
me on
follows you?
Instagram,
Oh,
and
wow.
he comments on some of my stuff. And I've never met him. I just remember his song from when I was a kid growing up. But
Mm.
I do have that ability to kind of, I guess, get their attention. But
Hmm.
I'm still just a regular, degular, schmegular person.
You're a star to me. So,
Thank you.
and with that Leo energy, once you really get comfortable with that limelight, because are you comfortable with the limelight? Are you comfortable with taking center stage?
Um, I am. I do. I love to be on stage. I'm a ham when it comes to that stuff, but I still I get really nervous, so I'm
Okay.
working on my confidence with it, but I do like to get on the stage, and I love to be up there.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then in terms of dance, what like are you formally trained? Are you self-taught? How does that work? And like are there certain forms of dance that you gravitate towards, like salsa or anything like that?
Um, I'm self-taught. Actually, my father was a very good dancer when I was growing up. So that's kind of like a lot of family members on my father's side of the family have always been amazing dancers.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just I grew up just being a great dancer. I mean, when I was younger, I could probably still do it now. Anytime I would start dancing, people would literally crowd around me to watch me. Like, I'm a pretty good dancer, but I used to love to just create moves
Hmm.
and kind of just because I like to create things. I don't like to go along with what, is what I want to
Yeah.
start a new trend. Um, but I tend to gravitate more towards like African style dance, like the Afro beat or like the
Hmm.
dance hall. I like belly dancing too. There's something really seductive about belly dancing. So um, that's the style of dance I tend to gravitate to.
Okay. And this is my last question, I believe. So I don't think I asked you this yet, but if you had the chance to spend an entire day with a celebrity, who would it be?
Ah, hmm, Timbaland.
You love some
I
Timberland.
love Timberland, and
Wow.
I hope I get to meet him soon. But I love Timberland. He was very inspirational for me to listen to when I was growing up.
Wow.
And I don't know him personally, but from what I get from just watching him over the years, he seems like the kind of person that is not like, just because you're a pretty girl, he's not going to sit there and be like trying to get with you as his first option. But he does seem like if you've got talent, then he wants to work and cultivate that talent. He wants to try to get you to the next level because you've got that talent that he sees that you have. That's what I get, but I could be wrong.
Now he helped Aaliyah out really well. Him and Missy Elliott. Like I love when they took Aaliyah under their wing and she came
Yes.
out with that 1 in a Million. Oh my
Yes.
God. Yes. So I love
Yes.
the both of them for that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then that song you mentioned, the album Timberland and Magoo, is on that album, is that song Love to Love You Baby on there? Love to Love You.
Yes.
I love that song.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love you. It's they have that one and the actual. There's an original to that,
Okay.
which I love that one too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm gonna leave we got a couple of minutes left. So if you want to leave us with any parting thoughts, any that you want to share.
Well, thank you so much for having me as your
You're
guest.
welcome.
Really appreciate it. I'm a
You're
big fan of
welcome.
yours,
Oh,
and
thank
I'm just
you.
you are so amazing at what you do. You're very talented. You're very gifted.
Thank you.
You have me like you. Whatever. Every time you release your videos, I'm just like this. I'm like, oh, ooh, yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
thank
That
you.
makes sense. You're
Thank
welcome.
you. How did you
You're welcome.
find me?
You know what? I don't know how I don't know I came across the video when you did the one on the twins that killed their
Okay.
mom.
Yeah, that was a
I don't
crazy
know.
story.
Yeah, that's how I found you. I don't know what I was watching on YouTube. I was watching something and it was just like a suggested video and I was like, "What? Twins killing their mama?" At first I was like, "No." And then I watched it and I was just like, "Wow." I couldn't believe that they had done something so disgusting, but
Hmm.
how on point you seem to be with what you were saying about them and their mom.
Yep. How it was
So
some karmic debt type of situation.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yep.
absolutely. Yeah, that one was intense.
It was. Well, I should be putting out another case study soon. I don't know on what. Oh, matter of fact, I do know, but I'm not going to say it. But
Okay,
just stay tuned for another case study. Hopefully, I'll be able to post it this month. But thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
thank
And
you.
like you are just so beautiful
Thank
inside
you.
and out. Because
And
you
so
know,
are you.
oh, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I wish you all the success in the world. Feel
Thank
free to keep me updated on your projects and all that. And
you. Yeah,
also, if you have an Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, send it to me via email, and then I can post it in the description section when I upload this video. So I'll be uploading this video tomorrow because I want to do the interviews like every Sunday, have one every Sunday. So
mhm.
just stay tuned for this interview to be broadcast on YouTube. And I guess that's it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Oh,
I,
you are welcome.
I enjoyed my hour with you. This was fun.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad. And this might just be the first of many interviews for you. So maybe this is practice for you.
Well, honey, let me tell you, if I'm going sky high, you coming with me, okay?
Hey, I'm there. I got my seatbelt on. Hell yeah. Well, all right. Well, peace and many blessings. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this interview session. Stay tuned for more intimate interviews. The next one I have is going to be a writer, and she sent me two of her books, and I'm reading one of the books now, the first book, because it's a two-part book. So it's going to be juicy, just like this interview we're doing now. So stay tuned for that. Michelle, Skin Deep, take care, many blessings, and
Thank you.
maybe one day I'll get to do a reading for you. So if you ever have any
Yes,
questions about your career and all that stuff, you know where to find me.
yes, absolutely. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.